Hey everyone, it's Allie. First of all, let me say I am so sorry it's been forever, actually like 2 months since I've made a real video. The videos I've posted in the meantime have just been little text updates. Anyway, I am just kind of finding the time to do this. We'll see if this actually works out or not to make this video all the way through. Anyway, so if you watched my videos of text updates, you know that at 33 weeks and 1 day I was airlifted in preterm labor to a hospital that's a few hours away. My hospital can't handle preterm babies, so they sent me off. So at 33 weeks and a day, I went into preterm labor. Luckily, it was able to be stopped. Actually, in a matter of like 6 hours, I dilated from 1 centimeter to 4 centimeters. And then I stayed at 4 centimeters until I had my babies. So, let's see. My brain is totally scattered. Life's been crazy. I took little notes so that I could maybe get through this. So I was on hospital bed rest for just over 2 weeks. The whole time that I was on bed rest and everything, I had contractions, like all the way through, constantly, pretty much. And so I was on hospital bed rest for just over 2 weeks. And then I was released, but I did not come home. The hospital didn't want me that far away. So we stayed with my in-laws, which was about like 45 minutes to an hour drive from that hospital. We stayed with my in-laws for 9 days. And then my labor basically returned. My contractions picked up. They had been I was getting maybe 6 an hour every 10 minutes. That was for the whole 3.5 weeks that I was in preterm labor. And then they picked up to 4 minutes apart, the night of August 31st. And then, so we headed to the hospital, and I still hadn't dilated. They told me to wait a couple hours, and in those couple hours, my contractions, I could feel that they changed. The 3.5 weeks that I was in preterm labor, my contractions didn't hurt. They were kind of uncomfortable, but they didn't hurt. They were just my belly got really tight. Anyway, so my brain, it's been a wild couple of months. Anyway, so then sorry you guys, my contractions returned. I mean, they picked up. They told us to wait a couple hours since I got there and I hadn't dilated any further. They told us to wait a couple hours. It was the middle of the night and we were just sitting in a waiting room and I was nearly falling asleep sitting there. And then we came back and I had dilated just a little bit further. I was about at a 5 instead of a 4, and they decided that's that. Babies are coming out. So I was 36 weeks and 4 days. They were born September 1st. Let's see. Baby A, which is Dylan. Dylan came first at 6:30 in the morning. He was 5 pounds, 12.8 ounces, and 17.25 inches long. Caitlin came second. She was born at 6:31 in the morning, so just 1 minute later. She was 5 pounds, 11.3 ounces, and 17 inches long. So they were just a 1/4 inch difference in length and an ounce and a half different in weight. So I was really happy about that with twins because, sometimes one twin can get more than the other. And anyway, so they were really, really similar in size. So I kid you not, and I'm going to try not to cry talking about this, but I cried tears of joy when they were born and they were just screaming their heads off. It was the most amazing experience. And to go through, I'm sorry guys, I was really not going to cry for this. To get to experience a baby crying when they're born after having gone through not hearing that cry when Benjamin was born, it made everything right in the world. Anyway, sorry, I was really, really not gonna cry. I'm an emotional mess these days anyway, but yeah, so their birth was amazing. And the C-section was simple. It was like, I was so nervous about it, but it was easy peasy. And really, my recovery has been great. The hardest part of my recovery was just that my legs and feet got so swollen, it was really uncomfortable. Other than that, my incision healed and is healing really wonderfully. Anyway, so yeah, today is actually October 1st, so the twins are 1 month old today. Let's see. When they were born, I got to hold them right away, and then they came back to my postpartum room with me. Actually, it wasn't the postpartum room. They took me into labor and delivery because I didn't. Anyway, blah blah blah. Try not to make this video too long. They came back to the room with me, and they were assessed, and their respiratory rates were not where they wanted to see them. So Dylan was taken to the NICU and put on oxygen. He ended up on a CPAP for a while, and IV fluids. Anyway, and then Caitlin also ended up going to the NICU because her respiratory rate their respiratory rates were too high. So they both ended up in the NICU. They just had to work out they had to mature the rest of the way. I mean, like I said, they were 36 and a half weeks, and some babies are great at 36 and a half weeks, but mine just needed to work on some things. So they ended up staying in the NICU for a total of 6 days. The first, I really can't remember how long. The first few days they were in the level 3 NICU, and then they were transferred to level down, which was like the intermediate care NICU. They were transferred there where they stayed until they were released. I was discharged the day before they were discharged, and that their final night in the hospital, the NICU has a parenting room, so we were actually able to stay in that room with both twins the night before they were discharged. So that was a rough night. I can just say I hate hospital monitors. I really do. They start beeping and you freak out that something is wrong. I know anybody who's had a baby in the NICU knows what I mean. It's stressful hearing all those beeps and blips on the hospital monitors. So, anyway, gosh, I'm already at 8 minutes here, but basically, babies are doing great. They're growing really healthy. We had a rough start with breastfeeding. They both had latch issues, just that they were a little premature and couldn't quite figure it out. But we've since kind of we're working on it. We got to a point where I was just pumping every time they fed, and we were bottle feeding them. We're transitioning now into breastfeeding the majority of the time, and just pumping a couple times a day, really. And my supply is picking up, which is great. Yeah. Oh, and I'm having to use nipple shields right now. Hopefully, I'm hoping to get to transition away from those eventually, but I'm not too concerned about it. My babies are getting breast milk, so that's what matters. Okay, so I think that pretty much does it. Introductions to the twins will come later. I am not prepared to do that at all. I just really wanted to hop on here and make a quick video saying the twins are here. Thank you guys all for following along on my journey. It's been a wild whirlwind, and I can't believe they're a month old already. Life is crazy. Yeah, so let me make sure that I didn't have notes about anything else. Can you guys tell that I'm not getting sleep? I'm like, my words are just totally jumbled. I'm up every like 3 hours for about an hour and a half. So, and then sleep in between then is kind of intermittent depending on how the twins are doing. So, anyway. Oh, if you, I have been trying to post on Facebook, every once in a while. So Allie Love and Loss, I'll try, if I have time, or when I have time, I'll put the link below. You can follow me there on my like page. And I did post pictures, from, I think I posted them last week sometime, 2 pictures from the day they were born, and a picture from when they were a week old. I haven't posted anything since then, but you can go and see the babies if you'd like. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys again for following along and for being so supportive through everything on my TTC journey and my pregnancy journey and my loss, and you guys are great. So I can't say when I'll get a chance to make another video. Hopefully it won't be another 2 months. But no promises. Life is crazy and hectic. Twins are a lot of work. I know anybody that has multiples knows. Twins are more than a handful. They're like 5 handfuls. Anyway, so, but I am so deeply in love with them. They are amazing. So, anyway, I hope you guys are all doing really well, and always wishing you the best. Take care. Bye.